Tattooing is more than a profession. It's a way of life. A source of inspiration to be better, a better artist, and a better person. Tattooing has given us a direction and a foundation to build rock-solid relationships with our clients, our friends, families, and each other. To believe in something bigger than ourselves. We're far beyond living the dream. We're on a journey, a quest to attain the ability to conceive and achieve true success in all areas of our lives. That's our mission, and here's our stories. Through the years, there have been quite a few great tattoo artists that come out of our shops. I mean, in addition to the great staff we have now, we've had a talent like Ryan, who is working at Stained Skin in Columbus, Jake Dez, who's currently tattooing in New York City, Amanda Ledman is one of the best tattooers that we've ever had. She's in Philly, Ian White, who's at the famous Black 13 in Nashville, and all who I love and consider my best friends, still. They're really pushing the limits of tattooing. A huge part of what's kept me on my toes as far as keeping the back end of this business on the up and up. Of all the people that we've had at the shop, there's been one big standout. He's commanded the attention of the tattoo world, invented one of the greatest realistic tattoo styles that you'll see pretty much anywhere.
Man, his work is just impressive.
Before I even worked here, Kyle was one of my favorite tattooers, and now I get to work around him every day, and it's amazing.
Kyle's pretty much one of the main reasons why I came to work at the shop.
A lot of people are good at color portraits, but nobody does them like Kyle.
Mr. and Mrs. Cotterman raised Kyle and his 4 brothers in their downtown Dayton home.
It was tough at times, but that's what 4 boys are. They're rough and tumble against each other, and then they're totally for each other.
The Cottermans were a devout Catholic family. All the boys attended Catholic school, and their grandfather was a clergyman.
He was a deacon in the Catholic Church, and he did that later on in life, and it was over at Holy Angels where Kyle went to school at.
Well, it's always been nice growing up in the church. It's always been a family kind of thing.
Kyle's father was a laborman.
Kind of based it off what my dad told me. It doesn't really matter what you do, just be the best at what you do.
Kyle took an interest in art at a very early age. He loved to draw and paint pictures for his parents.
I always had an interest in art. It's just been something that's been there since I was a kid.
We've always been a family that puts things up on the refrigerator, and Kyle has quite a few things that were up on the refrigerator as a kid.
He loved watching Bob Ross and would do the Bob Ross oil paintings.
In high school, Kyle's performance was that of an average kid who was very uninterested in studies and way more interested in art.
There was a few report cards that he hid from us from time to time, but he was a pretty good student.
He skipped a lot of classes and would go to the art class instead.
After high school, Kyle worked a string of labor jobs.
At the bird farm, and he worked at Frisch's. He's had a variety of jobs.
It didn't pique his interest, he'd burn out on them quick.
However, the future looked much brighter after Kyle's father, Tony, gets tattooed at the Smart Bomb Tattoo Studio. Tony comes in to get a memorial tattoo for his father.
It's a tattoo. It's actually an image off of his grave. It's a sun with a cross in front of it with his deacon's sash sideways across the cross.
While he's getting tattooed, he tells me he has a son who's a really talented artist.
After I came home and showed Kyle the work that Brian was doing, it was different than the traditional, what I consider coloring book, heavy black outline just colored in with a solid color. He said he never knew that you could do tattoos in that style, and that was something that he was really interested in, so I took him down and introduced him to Brian.
Tony tells me that they could never give Kyle the opportunity of sending him to college.
I talked to Brian about an apprenticeship for him, and he said there was a little bit of a wait, but you don't ever, if you don't get in line, you don't make it to the front, so we saved our money up and tried to help him as much as we could.
Kyle definitely started his apprenticeship old school style. I mean, I had these guys building 6-foot wood fences for me, and they were pulling weeds at my house. They built a bar in my basement. I mean, I was definitely hard on all of my apprentices. I made them earn it for sure.
He came home with sore hands, sore feet, some stories. Why do I have to do all this shit? But he was told that that's the way you get into the job.
I mean, like a lot of newcomers, you know, Kyle was very enthusiastic. Oh, you know, I'm really good at drawing. This is going to be easy. And normally that's not the case. However, it was for him. I mean, he definitely picked it up quicker than anybody that I've ever trained.
I thought he did real well. I thought he caught on, and it seemed that he was getting the knack of it right away.
He showed a lot of excitement because it's hard to find a job that you love going to work and doing.
Making tattoos look realistic has always been a very impressive feat in the art of tattooing, and finding an artist with the ability to pull it off wasn't an easy task in itself.
I was really attracted to realism just because I think I've always just tried to capture just the life that realism holds.
Kyle definitely seen that trend coming, man. He didn't take it lightly, you know. He was all about making the realistic tattoos, man. Anybody who would give him the chance to lay one down, he was there.
His friends really helped him out a lot there because they were his guinea pigs. They were open for him to try new things.
Having spent most of his life in Dayton, Ohio, he never had the opportunity to really travel much. So after working a few short years at the Smart Bond Tattoo Studio, Kyle decided to spread his wings and roam for a while.
It's definitely imperative to my careers for a lot of people that don't know who you are yet, just getting your word out there and spreading your art around.
I was really sad because I like having my family around me.
It was good for him, but it was sad for us. We're a close family, and it was just, I didn't have my family near to me.
Even though Kyle was gone from the shop, the crew and I would always see him around at the shows. I mean, the work that he was doing was popping up all over the tattoo magazines. The kid was really making it happen. I mean, he was making a name for himself, and he did it on his own terms, you know, and I really respect him for that.
When I started, I always wanted to just let people know about my artwork.
I mean, after Kyle went and built a name for himself, when he came back to talk to me about coming back to work at the shop, I mean, I definitely was pretty psyched about it, you know.
And when he decided to come home, I have to admit, it was a very happy time for me.
I think the thing I enjoy about my job the most is doing what I love. I love tattooing and being in there and just being able to create something that goes on somebody for the rest of their life.
Definitely couldn't be happier to have him back.
I think the thing I
We're
enjoy
all
about my
really
job
happy
the
to have
most
him
is
back home.
doing what I love. I love tattooing and being in there and just experience. So, fuck it, who needs college? I've always had an interest in art. It's just been something that's been there.
Check out what's next on TattooedTV.com.